Okay. I am audible? The last. We chant with three omkars as usual, and we chant meaningfully Sahanavatu. All of us know the meaning. Let us think about that meaning. Then we chant Shuklam Baradaram, and then take the grace of the Gurus with Guru Stotram, and then we start. Okay? Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviyankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shuklam Baradaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We have invoked the grace of the Lord and the Gurus. Hari Om, prostrations to all of you. We have been thinking together, as our Guru Prasad said, we have finished thinking about the first chapter of Taittiriya Upanishad. We have finished what is called as Shikshavalli. Taittiriya Upanishad, we know it belongs to the Yajurveda, and it has got three main chapters. One was called Shikshavalli. The second chapter is Brahmananda Valli. And the third, Bhrigu Valli. We have seen this Shikshavalli is called Shiksha because it starts with that. Shiksham Vyakya Aham. It started with Shiksha. Now this Brahmananda Valli starts with this. It says what? Brahmavidaapnoti Param. It starts like that. And Bhrigu Valli, it starts with the same, with Bhrigu Valli. So these are the three chapters. What are they? Shikshavalli, Brahmananda Valli, and Bhrigu Valli. Shikshavalli had 12 Anuvakas. The first and the last was that Shanti mantra. There was slight difference you saw in the first and the 12 Shanti mantras. And especially the 11th Anuvaka, we put a lot of emphasis, and I am happy we had lots of youngsters to the last class. And that is not for old, not for retired. It is for those who have to begin their life. It is something like that you pass out of an exam. Okay. When you pass out of an exam, you would like to get into a profession, job, and get married if necessary. And how are we to succeed in that profession? in the family as a grihastha. All this was beautifully given. What are the skills that we have to develop? What is the attitude? Now today we talk of the best management thinkers of the West, giving it is not, your knowledge is not enough, you have to have certain other skills, your attitude, values. All that was very, very, very elaborately, practically given in the 11th Anuvaka. And we saw in depth, and most of you who are here have come to that class, and you had all given me an assurance that you wrote down the notes, but you also gave me an assurance that you would put it into practice. I believe that you have put them into practice, and now we have come to this Brahmananda Valli. Brahmananda Valli is the second chapter of the Taittiriya Upanishad. This Valli has got three names. They are same. It is called Brahma Valli. It is also called Ananda Valli, and it is called Brahmananda Valli. It is but the first chapter, Shikshavalli, first we thought, how are we to chant the Vedic mantras? The rules were given, that we have understood. And then we had lots of upasanas, the japas, the homas. They are all given. None of them would give us Atmajnana. They are all necessary. Why? So that we become fit to come to this class, the Brahmananda Valli. The purpose of all that we do pujas, bhajan and stotras, japa and all those sadhanas, all of them are intended with the ultimate purpose what? Chitta ekagrata, chitta vishalata, chitta shuddhi. The mind becomes single pointed, the mind becomes broader, the mind becomes calm, and that makes us fit to receive this Brahmananda Valli. This Valli has got, actually normally in an Upanishad you will have one Shanti mantra throughout, but this Shikshavalli we had the other, Shanno Mitra we had, but this portion, Brahmananda Valli and the Bhrigu Valli, they have the same Shanti Pata, that is Sahanavatu. Now we will chant together this Sahanavatu. I have given you this handout. Please follow the rules of chanting. You know, Udatta, Anudatta, Sparita, that we have all heard and understood when we were discussing Shikshavalli. We chant Shanti Mantra together. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All of you know the meaning, just glance, because I would not like to go into the depth. Sahanavatu, may he protect us. Because this is chanted by the teacher and the taught together. And Avatu here particularly means may we get jnanam. May the Lord protect us is the normal meaning. In this context, we have to understand as may the Lord protect us to get jnana. May we have jnana prapti. Little slight difference in meaning. And then it said sahanau bhunaktu. Generally may we get consumed. But here it means whatever we get jnanam, may we have the jnana param. I got slight difference I have made. Sahanau bhunaktu, sahanavatu, sahanau bhunaktu. Saha viryankara vavahai. May we have the strength to practice what we learn here. Means what? There is emphasis on, of course we get everything through Lord's grace and the grace of the Lord and the Gurus. But we have been suggesting to ourselves that we are going to make efforts. Saha Viryam Karavavahai. May we put in lot of effort together so that we get Atma Jnana. And Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Though it says may we become effulgent, may there be glow in us, is the literal meaning. In this context, may this study make us more brilliant, and let what we hear, what we listen, remain with us inside. And ma vidvishavai. It is necessary that we will not hate each other. And we have also seen Shanti is chanted thrice so that we overcome the three obstacles: Adibhautika, Adhyatmika, Adidhavika. In any pursuit, whether in a material pursuit or in a spiritual pursuit, obstacles will come, and we have all chanted that may the obstacles not come. And this Upanishad, we will take the first Anuvaka in three portions. There is a reason why we are taking it in three different portions. There is a method followed in this particular Upanishad. Initially, a brief statement is made. See the fantastic approach by the Rishi to this Upanishad. That is a capsule statement is made. Just a brief statement, condensed statement, capsule statement is made here. And then, in the subsequent few lines, these, what the capsule statement in Sanskrit is called the Sutra Vaakyam, is a capsule statement. What is it called? Sutra Vaakyam. That is elaborated slightly. That is called Vrutti. That's called Vrutti. The first capsule statement is slightly elaborated, not in detail. And then subsequently, a detailed commentary is given. That is called Vyakyanam. So what are the three steps? Sutra Vakya. I hope I am going through you. Next. Second, Sutra Vakya, Vrutti, Vyakyanam. What is Sutra Vakya? The capsule condensed statement. Number one. Now first step. The second step is a slight elaboration, not fully. Slight elaboration is made. And then the Vyakyanam. So this particular shloka, this chapter also, it starts like that. The three stages. We will chant this portion, we will lead and follow, so that first time, and then we will take it slowly. We will take it, not the entire portion, in pieces. Brahmavidaapnoti Param. Please repeat. Brahmavidaapnoti Param. Tadeshabhyukta. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. Brahmana vipaschiteti. Till that we'll take. There, I gave this meaning. Number one, Sutra Vaakyam. The first line is Brahmavidaapnoti Param, is the Sutra, the capsule form. A brief, condensed description. And then, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Vipaschita Iti. That is a second portion. It is called the Vrutti, a slight elaboration, not fully, elaboration. And third, later on, the entire Upanishad, it has got this entire chapter of this Brahmananda Valli is Vyakyanam, elaborate description of this. So what we have chanted now is Sutra Vaakyam, Brahmavidaapnoti Param, and then Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Vipaschita iti. That is the, what is that? Vrutti. I am not testing you. I am trying to find out whether my communication is up to some reasonable standards. It is a test for me. Don't let me down. Now I have not talked. I talked about Brahmavidaapnoti Tadesha Yukta. What does it mean? Tade Esha Abhyukta. Here it means, here it has quoted, this statement, subsequent statement, is indicated in Rigveda. Now, we told you that this particular Upanishad is in Yajurveda. But this Yajurveda Upanishad is quoting what? A Rigveda mantra. What is that Rigveda mantra? From, you see that Brahmavidaapnoti Param is the sutra. Tadesha Abhyukta, it is now stated in Rigveda. About this, a statement is made in Rigveda. What is that statement? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihidam Guhayam Parame Vyoman So Oshnude Sarvan Kama Ansaha Brahmana Vipaschita iti. Till that is a statement. This is a reference. Here they have referred to Rigveda. And that is the Vrutti, a slight elaboration. And then afterwards, the entire up till is an expansion of this only. So, we will take a step by step. We will first take Brahmavidaapnoti Param. That is the Sutra Vaakyam. Brahmavit Apnoti Param. Very simple. Brahmavit, one who knows the Brahman, Apnoti reaches Param, the highest. All of us have taken birth in this life. The ultimate purpose of our life is to have moksha, liberation from the bondage. We have to have Atmajnana. And that is indicated by the term Param. Param is the supreme, the highest. Parama Purushartha. The ultimate goal, moksha, is what is wanted. Param Apnoti, who will get? Who gets that? Brahmavit. Brahmavit, one who experiences Brahman, because Brahman cannot be known, though literally it says the knower of Brahman attains Brahman. This statement is in various Upanishads also. So it says Brahmavit Apnoti Param. There can be other techniques. We might know a lot. Even we might have studied all the sciences in the world, physics, chemistry, mathematics, engineering, medical, and all the sciences, including the ritualistic knowledge, ritualistic performances, and knowledge of the Vedas and Upanishads also, but still I will be a samsari only. When I do get liberated from samsara, repeated birth and death, that is only when Brahmavit, when I not intellectually know, but when I experience that Brahman, Brahmavit, then I attain that. So this is the crisp statement given here, and this is the Sutra Vaakyam of Brahmananda Valli of Taittiriya Upanishad. Now, other techniques, what we understood in the first chapter, entire chapter of Shikshavalli, and all the other spiritual sadhanas we do, the puja, the japa, the homas, and all that, what is the purpose? Only for purification, so that we become eligible for Vyakhyana. Now, this, after listening to this statement, Brahmavidaapnoti Param, generally, I want this question also to come in all of you. 3 questions should come. Let it come inside you, then only we can go further. Number 1, you have said Brahmavidaapnoti Param. The question is, what is this Brahman? Brahma is mentioned. what is the Brahman is question number 1. And second, with Brahmavid. Means what? Then question number 2 is, how can I know Brahman? The first question is, Kim Tat Brahma? What is Brahman? Number 1. Number 2 question is, Katam Tasya Jnanaha? How am I going to get that Brahma Jnana? Because Brahmavid is mentioned. And then Param is mentioned. The third question, each one of them should rise in us. Brahmavidaapnoti Param. The moment we chant, we should not mechanically chant. There must be a question. What are these three? What is Brahman? How can I know the Brahman? And what do we really mean by this Param or the Moksha or the Purushartha Prapti? Ka Para Prapti. So the three questions, I hope it has come in all of us. Number 1, what is Brahman? Number 2, how can I attain Brahman, or how can I know Brahman? How can I realize Brahman? Third, what do we mean by moksha? So this is now indicated. These three questions are briefly, I told you, Sutra Vaakyam, then Vrutti, then Vyakhyana. These three questions are briefly answered in this. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. So the question, what was our first question? What is Brahman? The answer is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. We'll go a little bit in detail. Not fully. The whole Upanishad is one for that. So our second question is, what is the second question? How can I know Brahman? What is Brahman? Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Second question, how can I know Brahman? See the next line. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. This is the answer to the second question that has come in all of us. Yo Veda. Yoda means that this can be known, realized. Please understand, when we mean known in Vedanta, it is not knowing like other physics, chemistry, mathematics. No. The Guru will teach, but unless I get experience, when I experience inside me, within, where is it? Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoma. An indication is given. Guhayam, let us not go to any cave. Cave is here, in the cave of the heart, the mind. And there is it, Paramo Vyoman. It's a small space. Actually, space in Vedanta indicates a lot. We know all the Panchabhutas, Bhumihi, Apaha, Analaha, Vayu, come, the space. Space is known to be the subtlest of all the Panchabhutas. Now, where is space? Sometimes people say space means people will say, Akasha Makkal, they look up. Is space only there? What is down? And where is it, this earth going around? That means all around, in and through not only our planet, in entire universe, there is, that space is so broad. So here we have to understand, Rishi is telling us, this Supreme Brahman. The second question was, how am I to know? This Brahman is to be realized inside. That space is something like that. We put barriers. Now we say in this hall, there is this room space. This room space. You break the wall, this space gets merged. Not only inside, outside, the wall also is in space, the ceiling is in space, floor in space, everything is, space is so broad. The Rishi is telling what? Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. This Brahman is to be realized inside by us. That is the second one. And the third, what was the third question? What do we mean by moksha? Third step. First question was, what is Brahman? Second question was, how to know Brahman? Third was, what do we mean by moksha? What do we mean by this moksha? It says, Soshnute sarvan, this is, look at that, So ashnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipaschita. This, when you get this Brahman, a small indication is given. When you get this, you would get all the kamas. All of us have got various desires. Desires are unending. And we get most of the desires. The desire to satisfy the indriyas, eyes, ear, nose, tongue and skin. And that is one. And then we have to satisfy our mind, intellect. The best of things, we are struggling to find, to satisfy any one of them to a small extent. It is never. Even if you become not the Prime Minister of India, tomorrow replacing Narendra Modi, and you become Trump and all world leaders' position is given to you, and you get the entire world's pleasure. All the desires that can be seen by a human being, which can be experienced by your senses, all that is like a small candle compared to the Koti Surya Samaprabha of the Brahman. And that is what is going to get that. And this is what you are going to get. So, we are going to get that. So, I hope you are all interested. Why small things? If you want, ask for the highest. People say, why do you want to become a small corporator? Become the Prime Minister of the country, step by step. No, we are giving you much more, the highest. So, this is what you are going to say that. And Brahmana vipaschita iti. That concludes the statement of. Now, let us see slowly. What is this Satyam? We go back to that. We will go in detail. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. What is Brahman? Three indicators are given. Satyam, Jnanam and Anantam. Somehow I am getting tempted to share with you first meaning of Anantam. It is relatively easier to understand. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. It says, most of the things are conditioned by what is called as Desha, Kala and Vastu. This is a limitation. And Anantam, in literally, it means limitless. What is limitless? Let us see space limitation. When I was in my house 1 hour back, and I am now here. That and this is different. I am only there. Limited by space and limited by most of our things that we pursue is conditioned by, limited by three things. What is that? Desha, Kala and Vastu. Anantam is one which is limitless, unconditioned by Desha, Kala and Vastu. There is no boundary of the space is number one. It is everywhere. We use the word all pervading. Similar, equivalent to much beyond space. Space is everywhere. In and through the whole universe, and it is not conditioned by any space. And Kala, most things in this world, including the things that you think is long, it is conditioned by time. I might have 2,000 crores and 20,000 acres of land, but within time, time will take away. Even this own body has got date of birth, certainly date of death. We have all come with a return ticket. Of course, it is an open ticket. Date of birth, we know. Date of death, we do not know, maybe today. And that means this body is conditioned by time. But that Supreme Brahman that we are talking of is Anantam, is not bound by time. Was, is and will be. It was there before the creation of this universe. It will be there even when the entire universe is destroyed. This is called unconditioned by time. And then Vastu. Vastu is limited by a particular. If it is in this object, it is not there in that object. So the first definition we have told, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. We have taken one Anantam so that we try to understand. Please don't understand, we are not going to realize Brahman by this definition. But we are only trying to know the meaning. And that means it is limitless. What? Brahman. Not bound by time, eternal. And it is everywhere, not conditioned by anything. It is called non-dual. So the three definitions. Satyam, Brahman is first, number one, Anantam. Anantam is unconditioned by date, time and place. So that is number one. And what is the second? We said Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. The second definition that we are going to take here is Jnanam. Jnanam and the other one, Satyam. Satyam, you know. We have to understand slightly different definition. Not this Satyam is truth. Of course, in really truth also is one which does not change in any period of time. Was, is and will be. And in Vedanta there is a slight difference meaning. Asat has got what is called as dependent existence, whereas Satyam is independent existence. Independent existence. And all of you are familiar with this term called Satyam and Mithyam. Mithyam is an apparent reality. The most famous example that all of us discuss in Vedanta is the rope and the snake. There is a rope when there is no light, dark Amavasya night, and you feel as though you have stepped on it, the poison is going, you are almost about to die. But when somebody says, no, there is no snake, you don't believe, because you have been seeing the hood, bait, and you are feeling everything. For you, snake eva satyam. But reality is, what is there is only a rope, but you are seeing it as a snake. Any amount of anybody telling you don't get rid of it, till the moment you realize the existence of truth of snow rope, then only the mithyam will go. So, but carefully, the rope is the base, the snake, the adhara for the snake is the rope. So it is the dependent existence. Snake is the dependent existence, but rope is the independent existence. So here, with that definition, we have to understand Satyam is one which is Nama Rupa Rahita Satta. You have to write down that definition so that it becomes very, very clear. This, no name, no form, and it is like also similar to the waves. Waves are unreal. But the existence of the wave is on the substratum of the ocean. But ocean alone is real compared to the, let us not, even ocean also is mithyam only. When compared to the waves, ocean is real. And wave is depending on the ocean for existence. But here we have to understand, Satyam is independent, pure existence which does not depend on anything. It is opposite to the mithya. And the other one, the last one is called Satyam Jnanam. Jnanam, all our knowledge is again, when you say, I know, I have the knowledge of this, I have the knowledge of this, there again it is conditioned by Nama and Rupa. But what Rishi is mentioning here, Jnanam, is that which is beyond all this. Nama, Rupa, Rahita, Chaitanyam is the Jnanam. This is the pure knowledge, that which makes me know all this. I am getting knowledge of various things in the object. All the sciences, everything that I am getting knowledge is because of that knowledge which does not depend on anything. So it is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Means what? Limitless existence and pure consciousness is Brahman. So this is a brief description of the Sutra Vaakyam was what? We'll go back again. Brahmavidaapnoti Param. And then Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam has answered how many questions? One question. One question. What is Brahman? And has it explained in full? No. This is called Vrutti. First we had the capsule, Sutra, and three questions arose in all of us. What is Brahman? What is Brahman? What is Brahman? And that is briefly indicated by Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. And then, next question was, how to know, realize that supreme reality, the Brahman? He says, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. This has to be recognized, this supreme Brahman, where here inside that we have discussed. Realization of this Atma Sakshatkar, objective knowledge is outside. But this is a subjective knowledge which I have to know here. You see, there is a difference between the objective scientists and the subjective scientists. All are scientists only. The best of the objective scientists, they tell us about the outside world, the physics, chemistry, mathematics, engineering, all objective sciences outside. But here is a knowledge where we have to have none of these, that's why we have got the external chakshu, vakya chakshu. But for us to understand, we have to have antar chakshu. Antar chakshu, no, don't, they say here, don't try to get one operation here and find out where it is. It is a symbolic that I have to go inside. Inside me, I have to, in the inside space, or turn our attention from outside to inside, and here I have got to see this Om. This is the number one. And the third question, what was the third question? First was, what is Brahman? The second question was, how to know the Brahman? The third question is, what do you mean by that supreme? The third question is answered here. Saha ashnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipaschita iti. Iti, with that concludes, see the second, Tedesha Vyukta. Ruk mantra is concluded. This is an Yajurveda Upanishad which has quoted a Rigveda mantra. Saha ashnute means that one retain the highest Brahmajnana he will get, and that will be equivalent to what? Sarvan kaman saha. What is the meaning I gave you? Suppose all our senses get maximum, which is beyond imagination. Not only one sense, I get that much of treasure which will give me satisfaction to all the senses, not one after the other. I am using the keyword simultaneously. Sarvan kaman saha. All the possible pleasures of all the senses, the highest simultaneously. Don't you want to have that? Little bit of taste, I want. Little music, touch. That is coming, flickering like a small drop of water. But here he is assuring you a huge ocean. Are we satisfied with small drop of water? Not to all, to only one sense. Here he says, your highest means nothing more than that. All our senses are parallelly satisfied, highest. That would be the pressure. Brahmana vipaschita. Means what? In the form of Brahmananda. Brahmana vipaschita iti. Iti, with this concludes iti. Rigveda mantra. Brahman is, what is that Brahman? Brahman is, this is the Sakshi Chaitanya in all of us. What is that we have to experience? We have seen, the Rishis have told us in various Upanishads, Tat Tvam Asi. That thou art. Rishis have told, but we have to become qualified through practice of the entire Shikshavalli, and after becoming qualified, inside I have to realize what? Gurus have told me Tattvamasi. I have to realize Aham Brahma Asmi. That is what is meant by Yo Veda. Yo Veda means what? One has to realize Aham Brahma Asmi. Please note it, very, very important. Each word is very, very important. Yo Veda, that I am the supreme Parabrahman, and that when you really go a little bit in this path, you will automatically develop what is called as Vairagya. When you have Viveka. Viveka is what? Viveka, that all these things are temporary, they are small, that doesn't give me much of, they may give me fleeting pleasure. Out of that Viveka, you call it as Viveka Janya Vairagya, I develop dispassion to the other things of the world, and when that becomes, I become qualified, and in the seat of meditation, I am going to realize Aham Brahma Asmi. That is the Viveka Janya Vairagya. With that, this Rigveda mantra is over. Now, Rishi is continuing. We will read that portion. Lead and follow. Tasmadva etasvad atmana akashas sambhutaha. Please repeat. Tasmadva etasvad atmana akashas sambhutaha. Akashat vayuhu. Vayor agnihi. Agner apaha. Adbhya pruthivi. Prithivya oshadayaha. Aushadibhyonnam. Annat purushaha. With that we'll conclude. We'll see that portion and then we go later. This is now we have got finished two portions. One is Sutra Vaakyam. What is the Sutra Vaakyam? Come on, be with me. I am not testing you. I got this with you. Brahmavidaapnoti Param. And then we had the Vrutti, a slight elaboration. Where? From where? Satyam to Vipaschita iti. And now comes the Vyakyanam, the detailed description given by the Rishi. Now, what is that question we have answered? What is Brahman? how to know Brahman, and what do we mean by this Purnatvam. Now here is a description to understand this. First we will understand, again we go back to the same question. What is Brahman? What was, it was indicated, Brahmavidaapnoti Param statement, and then we explained briefly all those three questions. Now we are going to the same question, description of Brahman. Now here the Rishi has taken an example of the entire creation of this universe. No science has ever given a better description than this. You might wonder, the entire, all the scientists of thousands and thousands of years, innumerable of scientists, what they find out, the Rishis have given here, how is this entire universe is created. This is the description of, so this is indicated by Tasmad. So this is a description of how is it. Now for any creation in this world, there must be a cause. And a cause should be, we understand, there must be a material cause and an instrument cause. Both are required. The cause for this universe is indicated here, Etasmat. All this creation has come from that Supreme Parabrahman. That is the cause. You will see, try to find out cause of this, cause of this. Ultimately, you arrive at a causeless cause. That is the, in other words, we call it as Jagat Karanam. The cause of the entire universe. There is what is called as the cause, and there is what is called as an effect. Cause, effect. Let us slightly know the definition of this. Those of you who have attended these lectures, you know, otherwise also you know. Every effect has a cause. Number one. Rule number one. Every effect has got a cause. The second rule. Effect is nothing but cause in a different form. Effect. And third rule. From the effect, if the cause is removed, nothing remains. Can we repeat? Number one, every effect has a cause. Effect is nothing but cause modified or in a different form. And from the effect, cause is removed, nothing remains. Cause is called Karanam. The effect is called Karyam. The entire is a Karya Karana Sambandha. So, here what are we saying? Brahman is the Jagat Karanam. We are trying to understand Brahman. Brahman is the cause of the entire, not this earth and this world, the entire universe. Jagat Karanam, he is the cause. And he is both, like when you do the material cause, it is called Upadana Karana, and the intelligent cause called Nimitta Karana. Both material and the Nimitta. Both the material and the intelligent cause of this universe is this. Now the whole process of creation power, this Lord, the Supreme Parabrahman, whom we are trying to contemplate, and that is one which has created this universe out of itself only. Same, actually in reality, the whole universe is nothing but Brahman only. In the beginning, before the creation, there was nothing. There was only Brahman and Brahman only. And now, this creation is done with a power called Maya Shakti. That also we have seen in when we were discussing Tattva Bodha. That's why some important things we are skipping, with the hope that you still remember the Tattva Bodha we had here. That creating power is called the Maya Shakti. That alone also is the power of the Supreme Brahman only. Maya it is called. The capacity, inseparable power which is in Brahman, the capacity to create is Maya Shakti, a part of Brahman. And from that, you will see a creation like this. What is that? Thus, from that, this. The Atman here, the Atman there. Same, is only one. There is only no different Atman here and there. One Atman. Inside me and in the universe, there is only one. It is called Advaita. There is non-dual Brahman. From that, what has happened is, first stage was Akasha Sambhutaha. First, the space is created. Second, Akashat Vayu. From the space, you have the air. And Vayor Agni. Vayoho Agni. Agni is created from Vayu. And from Agni, Apaha, water. And ultimately, what we are seeing, from there it is Prithvi. So you will see the order of creation from subtlest to grosser. First, the subtlest is created. We are called the five bhutas. What is that? Pancha, don't get scared. Bhuta means. Pancha bhutas are the five basic elements. What are the five basic elements? Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. And these are grosser. Grosser and subtler, we will understand. One more definition is, one which is more pervasive, it is the subtlest. Less pervasive is grosser. I will give you an example. You have got ice, water and steam. Which is grossest of the three? Ice. And water, subtler, more pervasive. And steam, more pervasive. Number one, subtlety is measured in Vedanta by the pervasiveness. That means each of them progressively is more pervasive. Number one. Number two, another major definition in Vedanta is, grosser has got more attributes and it is available to more senses. Now, this Akasha has got only, they have got Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. To remember this is the formula. We are talking of the Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. These are the qualities of these bhutas. Akasha has got only one, Shabda. And Vayu, Shabda, plus its own quality, Sparsha. Shabda, Sparsha. Akasha, Vayu. Agni has got three, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. Agni can be seen, whereas space cannot be seen. It is not perceivable to eyes. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa. And then water has got the other three qualities, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, and its own quality, Rasam. That is why you are going to taste. You put gulab jamun in the mouth, you get the taste. Why? Because of the water. So that is the special quality of this. That special quality of water is that is Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. And then Prithvi has got all the five. All the five. Please add, don't say only Gandha. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa. Does it not the earth have form? Everything. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Again one more. Akasha can be perceived by only ear. And this by touch. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. And these qualities, five qualities are there. They can be perceived by one which can be perceived when it has got more attributes. more qualities, and which can be perceived by more senses is grosser. Subtler has got less attributes and perceivable by only one. This one. That is why for each one of these organs, they are called the devatas. Don't try to find out devatas anywhere. Each one of them has got that devata which is the presiding over that. So, Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, and there is a method of creation. It is said, basically all this was created by what is called as Tanmatras and Sukshma Panchabhutas, and there is a technique. I am not going to detail because we have discussed in 1.5 hours only this session of Srishti. There is a process called, in Vedanta it is called as Panchikarana, grassification. Each one of them, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi, they are divided half, and the other half is divided into 4 more portions. 1/2 of 1/8 of this, 1/8 of this, 1/8 of this, 1/8 of this becomes 1 Akasha. And similarly like that. So this process is called Panchikarana. So this entire creation is that. You see, all have come from where? Parabrahman. A process, first space was created, then from then air, and then fire, then water, and the earth. So, these are, again go back to the definition, these are the effects, karya. Effect. What is the definition? For any effect, there must be a cause. What is the cause for all this? Brahman. And what are these? Effect is nothing but the cause modified. This means what? It is this Brahman only. And from the effect, this cause is removed, nothing remains. From all those Panchabhutas and all the creations of the Panchabhutas, remove that, nothing is there. And that is independent existence. There is no further cause, but all of them are the effects. So, this is briefly about the description. So, we know a little more description of this Brahman. And next, Adbhya Pruthivi. And Pruthiviya Aushadayaha. Continuing there. After the Panchabhutas, all the herbs and plants, they are all created by earth. All the vegetations, how does it come? It is by Prithvi. And Pruthiviya Aushadaya, Aushadaya means all the other creations that we are going to see. The plant kingdom. Plant kingdom has originated, is created by earth. Earth is the cause. Vegetable is the effect. And then from the plant kingdom, what does it say? Aushadabhyoha annam. The food is created. Don't say, where do you get the food? You get in supermarkets. Supermarket, but tell me, how is it done? How is it done? It is because of the vanaspatis only, the herbs. The plant kingdom only has created all of. Annam means, don't say chapati is not included. In here I have to understand all the food has come from vegetable. Aushadaya. Prithivya, Aushadaya, Aushadaya, Annam. All this has come from this. And Annam, and then Purusha. Purusha. How does it come, Annam? This, imagine you all of us are human beings. How I and you are created? You know, by the sperm and the egg in the womb, they fertilize and you get the womb. I and you are created because of the sperm in the male and the egg in the female. It's called Shukra and Shonita in Sanskrit. And how is that sperm created in the man? It is because of the food eaten. Food eaten in the male becomes the sperm, Shukra. And the food eaten by the female, it becomes the egg, Shonitam. And that together, man is created. It is, in other words, which is nothing but one lump of mud, one more lump of mud becomes one more lump of mud, all of us. Annat Purushaha. So, this is a, when you look at that, see the logic of preparation, logic of creation. Now, I and you, all the human kingdom, animal kingdom, vegetable kingdom, mineral kingdom, all these kingdoms are the effects. The cause is that one Brahman. What we wanted to know was what is Brahman. I hope we have got reasonable knowledge. So, where do you find Brahman? Everywhere. Anything that you see around is Brahman only. That is the cause, for which there is no other cause. So, we will continue further. Savayesha Purushonnara Samayaha. Please repeat. Tasya Dameva Shiraha Avam Dakshina Pakshaha Ayam Uttara Pakshaha Ayam Atma Idam Pucham Pratishta Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. We will read it together. Savayesha. Look at that. You have got the book with you. You know that. Savayesha Purushonnara Samayaha Tasyadam Eva Shiraha Pakshaha Ayamuttara Prakshaha Ayamatma Vesha-shloko Bhavati. Now the question is, the three questions, how are we to know Brahman? Brahman is everywhere. And now we are discussing further. We have seen the creation of the universe. Here, little more emphasis on the creation of each one of us. Look at yourself. That's what this sloka says. This is also nothing but that only. This is called Sa Va Yesha Purushaha Anna Rasa Mayaha. This is nothing but the essence of the food. Who? This 5.5 foot, 5 feet, 8 feet structure is nothing but the essence of the food. And you go back, Bhumihi, Apaha, Anaraha, Vayu, and then Akasha. And that from that. We have seen the creation from the subtlest, subtler than the subtlest Brahman to here. Now, we have seen the creation of the Jagat. Whole Vedanta is about this Jiva and the Jagat. We have seen Jagat is nothing but Brahman. Any doubt? It's been logically said, no? Now, here to indicate that this whole body, Anna Rasamayaha, this Taittiriya Upanishad, I'll slightly give you a brief description, is very, very famous for one most important analysis called Pancha Kosha Viveka. Pancha Kosha Viveka. This is the speciality of the Taittiriya Upanishad. Speciality, Pancha Kosha Viveka. We have seen that it is like a sword and 5 layers. No? Sword in first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer. Sheaths it is called. Pancha Kosha, 5 koshas. Outer kosha, then inner kosha, Inner, third, fourth, fifth. Inside is like a sword. No, those days they used to pull out that. And this description, inside that sword is like Brahman. Don't say, oh, this Brahman will be inside. It is only for us to understand. Viveka, we have to think. And the outer layer is called Pancha Kosha, Annamaya Kosha. Then we have got the Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. And then inside we must understand carefully, is subtler. Inside means subtler. The grossest is the Annamaya Kosha. Then little subtler than Annamaya Kosha is Pranamaya Kosha. Subtler than Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya Kosha. Subtler than Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya is Vijnanamaya Kosha, or this is called gross one. Vital air sheath is the second sheath. Manomaya, mental sheath. Vijnanamaya, intellectual sheath. Then bliss sheath is the subtlest of the three sheaths. Subtlest of the Anandamaya Kosha. Brahman is subtler than all these. Please understand, when we say inside, what we have to understand? Subtler. Subtler means what? More pervasive. Less you can't grasp it. More difficult, less attributes, less qualities, not perceivable by more senses. Outside layer, perceivable by four. And these three, what is that? Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. These five sheaths, they are also given three different names called the bodies. Annamaya Kosha is the gross body. Then Manomaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya is called the subtle body. Sthula Sharira, gross body, Annamaya Kosha, synonymous. Then Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. Vital air sheath, mental sheath, intellectual sheath. This is called Sukshma Sharira, or the subtle body. And third, Anandamaya is the blissful sheath, that is our vasanas. Causal body. So we have got three bodies: gross body, subtle body, causal body. And we have got these three. And here, we are now discussing what? The Annamaya Kosha. Now the whole process of this Upanishads, we'll take about 6 or 7 classes, is the Rishi is taking a step by step. The first step we take it as Atman, and the next step when we go, this becomes Anatma, the next step. And then we go to the next step, then what we have taken it as Atman becomes Anatman. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, then Vijnanamaya. Vijnanamaya becomes Atman from this angle, and when you go there, this becomes the Anatman. And ultimately, this is the approach of this Upanishad. It's exciting if you really start seeing it. You can't avoid wondering at the nature of these issues. And here, now we are discussing what? Annamaya Kosha. It is now considered Atman. Annamaya Atma. What is that? Here, this is considered as Atman. No, it is not. But no. Step by step. This is called, what is your Pancha Kosha Viveka. No other Upanishad has gone so much in detail about Panchamaya Kosha as Taittiriya Upanishad. Especially in the Brahmananda Valli. We are to go step by step to ultimately reach Brahman. 5 sheets. Here he says, here the Rishi tells, Tasya idameva shiraha. The rishi touches the head. Now you look at me. This is the shear. Whose shear? Whose shira? Annamaya kosha, which I am considering it as Atman. Now, temporarily consider as Atman. Tasya idameva shiraha. This is the head of Atman. Tasya idam eva shiraha. Idam means Atma. Tasya annamaya. Annamaya's, this is the head. I am Dakshina Pakshaya. I am assuming that I am facing, let us assume temporarily, this is east. I know it is not east. Considering this to be east, I am saying, I am telling the Shishya, I am Dakshina Pakshaha. This is the right side of the Annamaya Kosha. I am Uttara Pakshaka. When we turn towards the east, Uttara Pakshaka. This is the left side of the body. And then I am Atma from here up to here. The trunk portion below the head up to the navel. This portion is called I am Atma. Don't mistake it to be the Atman. I am Atma. I am Pucham Prajishta, the other bottom portion. So what do we understand? We must understand that Rishi is trying to make us understand that this is Annamaya Atma. What is the step we are going through? This is called Pancha Kosha Viveka. We will take first, what are the, let us at least remember those Pancha Koshas. Lordly, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vyakhyana, Anandamaya. Which is the subtlest? Anandamaya. The grossest? So what is the approach of the rishis? Step by step. First taken as the grossest, that is taken as Atman. And now this particular portion, we are now assuming this to be the Atman. Next class, we will go further. So like that 5, and ultimately we go into till the 5th Anuvaka. This will be going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a step by step of taking us towards the Brahman. Please understand, our whole process of this Upanishad is to make us realize that Supreme Brahman, and it is doing us step by step. Now you understand, now we have seen so far. Let us see what have you understood. First we have the Sutra Vaakyam. What is that? Brahmavidaapnoti Param. Tadesha Bhikta. It is a mention of, this is mentioned, you are taking a Rigveda. What does it say? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschita. It is a mention of the Rig mantra, which is giving a description. It is called Vrutti. Sutra Vaakyam Vrutti. And then we saw the elaborate description. And what are the 3 questions we had? What is Brahman? Then how to reach Brahman? And what do we mean by it? They are already answered in this sloka. You see, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, described. And next Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam, let's see how, where. And then what is the benefit? Soshnute Paraman Kamasa. And then next is, further we are now taking it up, though detailed, creation was explained. What is the origin? Brahman, right? That is the whole purpose. Akasa, how did this Akasa come? For each one there is a cause. The Supreme Brahman is the origin. From that, you see, that is why you can see Tasyadva Yetas Atmanaha. From that, there are 2. From that Brahman with this Atman. Both are same. There is no duality. The Brahman inside, there is no inside outside. There is only one. In fact, all that we are seeing is nothing but Brahman only. From that creation, Brahman All these creations have happened from him. He is both the instrument cause and the material cause and the efficient cause. And a process of creation was mentioned. What is that? Akasha, Vayo, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. And then from Prithvi we got Annam. Aushadaya. Aushadaya and the Annam. And from Annam, all of us are created. And now we described the outer universe. Now there is a description of the body. So here we have got Pancha Kosha. And we have now analyzed which Kosha? Annamaya Kosha. What is Annamaya? Please don't mistake it to be inside. This is referring to, when I say body, please understand it as grass body only. Sthula Sharira. That is why I say Shira. So we'll chant this portion before we conclude. We'll chant from Brahmavidaapnoti together. Let us see whether we have understood, whether there is still some confusion. All together. Brahmavidaapnoti Param Tadesha Bhyukta Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihidam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschideti Tasyadvaye tasyadatmana Akasha Sambhudaha Akashat Vayuhu Vayoragnihi Agner Apaha Adbhya Pruthivi Pruthyavya Oshadayaha Oshadhibhyonnam Annat Purushaha Savayesha Purushonnara Samayaha Tasyadam Eva Shiraha Ayam Dakshina Pakshaha Ayam Uttara Pakshaha Ayam Atma Idam Pucham Pratishta Tadapyesha Shloko Bhavati. That is explained by another shloka which will come later. We chant the Shantipada and close.
This Param is produced by the meal, by eating food.
Wait for it.
Food what we eat, that activate and sperm will be produced. In female, by eating food, egg will be produced.
Right.
But we are eating male or female, same food.
Same food.
Then how this different?
Same. It is Lord's creation. They are all, that's again his own creation. His question was, why is egg created in the female? Why is sperm created in the male? It's Lord's rule. There are so many rules which we can only appreciate. That is all. Fortunately, there is no possibility, even though two girls marry and two boys marry, there is no possible of production because this is universal law. But why it's all creation? We can't even understand nature. It's a very good question. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyanto Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you very much for the patient listening. Thank you for having helped me to think. Narayana. Everybody has got this copy. Those who have not got. Okay. Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
27, last day of the year for this Vyakhyana Vyakhyana. Stop by Sri N. Vasudev, coordinator Kade. Stop by N. Sri N. Vasudev, coordinator in Kannada. That is again next year, that is in January, Monday. Dr. Shirdi Prasad Thakur is going to speak on Maya of the Mind. Maya of the Mind, that is in English, by Dr. Shirdi Prasad Thakur. I request to attend both sessions with you or with our friends. Thank you.
Tomorrow, Vasudev is here. Tomorrow speak. One is, I do not know what half. Ardhanarishwar, same.
We have had a really wonderful discourse. My task of giving the summary is also not there today. In the end, the entire summary has been summed up so beautifully by Seshadri by taking us through the slokas several times. So a wonderful insight into Brahmananda Valli. Step by step, he has been taking us through the Taittiriya Upanishad. Very detailed, very deep, very elaborate. And it is easy for us to apply this Viveka. We take it away with us and we come back to the next class ready for the next dose of medicine. We need this medicine very badly to escape from the bondage of samsara. Only jnana can liberate us. So for his deep wisdom and his selfless sharing, let us offer our pranams to Sri Seshadri, to the entire lineage from which this wisdom came to us, because he is a disciple of Swami Chinmayananda Ji, and then from where the Taittiriya Upanishad has come to us. So to the entire lineage of ancient wisdom, we offer our pranams. Let us also offer our Pushpa Vrishti clap, angel showering blossoms upon the enlightened. This is a unique way of honoring the speaker because we don't clap here. Friends, tomorrow's talk will also be very unique, original, ancient wisdom presented in a new original practical style by Sri N. Vasudev. And next week, Dr. Shirdi Prasad Thakur is again an amazing speaker and a sadhak. Maya of the mind will be something which you will not even have thought of. The way he presents it is truly amazing. So to both the sessions, all of you are welcome. As you are aware, we are having our 7-day residential annual retreat at the School of Ancient Wisdom from February 4th to February 10th, 2017. School of Ancient Wisdom is a very beautiful place. If there is a heaven on earth, I often think that must be the place. So beautiful, so tranquil, so serene. The mind, which is always chattering outside, falls into stillness. The minute we are there, and as long as we are there, I find it very easy to be still inside. Nothing but breeze flowing through the trees and chirping of birds. It is all and vibrant with spiritual vibrations. Tapoboom. Clairvoyants have said that Saint Agastya came and did tapasya. This is why it is so vibrant. So that is where we are going to have the retreat. wonderful faculty, Dr. Timotha Hegde, Dr. Shirdi Prasad Tekur, Srimati Sharda Natarajan, Sri Vaidhi Gundurrao, all of them will be coming to share their knowledge with us. The theme of the retreat is Celebrate the Present Moment. Celebrate the present moment. So we have only 50 participants will be taken because in-depth exploration will not be. Registration begins next Monday. I have forms with me. Those who would like to register next week, then please collect the forms from me till